So this is something of note right here. Arizona is, and if you follow rushing offenses across the country, you know who is always going to be at the top of the rushing list nationally, and that's Army, Navy, and Georgia Tech, because they run a triple option and run the ball every play and run a lot of plays. So Navy's number one in the nation in rushing, and Army is number two, and Georgia Tech's number four. Who's number three in the nation in rushing offense?
It's got to be Arizona.
Arizona, 348 yards per game.
Well, Khalil has 1,306 games, something like that.
So you got quite the matchup between the second best rush defense, and I emphasize here statistically the second best rush defense. Would I rather have USC defend the run or Stanford defend the run? Yes, I would. But statistically, Oregon is second best in the Pac-12, and Arizona is number three in the country out of 130 teams in rushing offense at 348 yards a game. Oregon is 11th in the country in rushing offense, although they do it much differently with Royce Freeman, who seems like he's been there forever. He's a senior. He's played since his freshman year. He's having another outstanding year with 1,200 yards rushing and 10 or 11 touchdowns from the running back position. So they grind it out, and they will try to beat you guys up. They will be a little bit bigger as well, I would expect.
Yeah, so the defense definitely has to step it up. They were allowing 600 yards a game, and I think at the Oregon State game, it was more like 300 or 400. If I'm not mistaken, they cut it in half. So they made some progress and against the Beavers. But they got to crush some duck butt up there in Eugene. Now, the fans have been going back and forth about which town is better, Tucson or Eugene. They're so different. They're so different. One is the Northwest and one's in the, in the South and is a desert, So I think that when we started talking about how great Tate was, the Oregon Duck fans decided to start talking about how beautiful Eugene was, just to get us off the subject, personally, because we kept complaining about Taggart stealing our commits. so it was quite funny. So
yeah, the Cats only passed the ball 7 times against Oregon State, like you said, 7 passes, 5 completes for Khalil Tate. So only 7 passes. I'm going to think they most likely will need to pass it a little bit more on Saturday at Oregon. 55 rushes for 534 yards against Oregon State for 10 yards per carry.
Right.
And they held Oregon State, like you said, to 360 yards of total offense.
Right.
Arizona could be 9. Yes, Shireen.
It could be. It's better than 650, so they're doing something right.
They're also playing the worst team in the Pac-12 last week.
That's true. Duly noted.
They were. Oregon State 1-9. Their only win this season's against an FCS team. I think Portland State 0-7 in the Pac-12. But Arizona on a good run, and so you've got Oregon and Arizona State left for a hopeful 9-3 finish, 7-2 in the Pac-12. If you can complete the run here, regardless, it's a successful season coming back from 3-9 to win 7, 8, or 9 games and get back to a bowl game.
Yeah, I mean, when we won the game number 6, it was victory right there. But Rich Rod keeps saying, we're not done. We're not done. We have a lot to prove, and they really want. I mean, why not? They're healthy and they're running on all cylinders. The team feels they're playing team ball. Khalil's, he's getting votes from the fans. He moved up to number 3 in the Heisman House vote. He's been talked about a lot lately, so. I can't tell you how many announcers and media guys have said, I just want to watch Khalil Tate play because you never know what's going to happen, and he rushed for like 1,293 yards, something like that already. I mean, he's got running back stats right now.